Some people just love to shop. The thought of a day at the mall is heaven. And for others, it holds no appeal whatsoever. That's why we are going to take the scenic route today across the bridge and visit someone who makes a living shopping. Hard to believe, right? Let's meet Obiageli Okonkwo of Anraja as she convinces us that you may not need all that shopping stress in your life. We found the perfect spot in an urban park to talk. Obiageli, this is a fantastic place to meet.
Yes, I know. I thought so too.
I can't even believe that I'm actually in a park in Lagos.
I know.
Shall we sit down?
Sure.
Excellent. Okay.
Great.
I think we can actually
Take off our
take
mask.
off our
Fantastic.
masks for
I
a
thought
moment
so too.
and put it down.
Yes.
Lovely.
How are you?
I'm very good. I'm hot. I'll tell you that today. The only thing I can think about is HOT at the moment. But we're here to talk about Anraja.
Yes.
And what a beautiful name. I wonder
Thank
if you
you.
could just tell myself and everybody else
Yes.
around the world who may not understand Yoruba what that
Anraja
means.
is. Okay, so Anraja is we buy, we shop. We love to shop for you, basically.
Fantastic. Just one word can mean a whole lot.
Lot,
That's
exactly.
beautiful.
Exactly.
Now, we are in 2021.
Yes.
Thank the Lord.
Thank God.
And so much has happened.
Yes.
And one of the things that we've seen change is the way people buy.
Yes.
Obviously, you can't go everywhere you wanted to go with such huge crowds anymore. The crowded mall is a thing of the past.
Yes.
So people rely a lot on delivery services.
That's correct.
Food is something that people are kind of particular about getting themselves. You know,
Right.
if I'm going to go and buy tomatoes, I want to be the one
Yes.
who's choosing the tomato or
Yes.
whatnot. So how do you feel this has been taken by the Nigerian public?
I think they have actually embraced it because TQM is something that's very important to Anraja. TQM being total quality management. So yes, so we're very interested in sourcing very fresh but also very affordable produce, and we have beautiful produce. When it's handled well, it's excellent. So we actually go to the source where farmers actually, bring these things in and drop off in Lagos, and we actually source from the same sources, so different markets, going after the freshest produce and getting that fresh produce so that when you see it, it's beautiful, it's vibrant, it hasn't lost its color, its luster, it hasn't lost anything at all. The integrity of the product is still intact.
That's wonderful.
Thank
now
you.
you're obviously going to have your hands full doing this kind of thing. People want things to come to them.
Yes.
So in terms of what you think survives in this kind of climate, what are the industries that you really think that survive? We're speaking about food, of course, that
Yes.
always does. Can
We're
you think of
always going to be
another?
hungry. Yes, I think, I guess banking.
Banking.
Yes.
And
because-
if I know you correctly, you also have your hands sort of in a bit of
yes,
microfinance
yes,
business
I co-own and run a microfinance business. yes.
Excellent. So you're a jack of a few trades.
A few
And I'm
trades.
sure master of both of them as well.
Well, yes. Not to toot my own horn, but
You
yeah.
know?
Okay.
Well, today,
Yes.
I would love to actually maybe have a chance to go and see how you actually do what you do.
Right, okay.
Maybe if we're lucky, you might get an order while we're sitting here. You never
Right.
know.
Well,
And then I can hop along with you if
oh,
you don't
okay,
mind.
great. That would be fantastic.
Excellent.
Right.
You never know who it's from.
Are you hinting at something,
don't
Sonia?
I don't know.
In a tropical climate such as we have in West Africa, I'm often surprised when I hear certain foods are out of season. I asked Obiageli why she thought this was.
At the risk of answering a farmer's question, I'm not very vast in farming, but the little I know and understand, I think what it is basically we haven't taken the time to say, for instance, invest enough in polytunnels or things like greenhouses,
Right.
so that we can actually grow these things all year round under controlled climates. Because what that would do for us, something like tomatoes, for example, I hear a lot of in the market, tomato in no day because it's rainy season. And it's during dry season that tomato is bountiful. But what I find is that if we grow these things under the right climates, and tomatoes, as I was saying, it needs nitrogen, which is something it can't typically produce on its own. So the soil has to be well, I don't know if it's nitrogenated, they call it, but yeah, it has to have sufficient nitrogen in it to generate a good produce of tomatoes.
Right.
So from my understanding, if the farmers did a little more by, creating a conducive environment for growth all year round, I don't think we would have these problems, but yes, it's a good point you make. We're in the tropics, we shouldn't have food so seasonally available to us.
Exactly. What's the most difficult order anybody's ever given you?
Difficult. Well, maybe difficult in the customer's mind. They went, can I get lobsters? And I was like, yeah, okay, easy. Easy.
Meanwhile, you were scratching your brain.
Yeah. So I was like, okay, it's like people are not aware that in the markets, like the open markets, not even supermarkets, you can get really fresh seafood, like lobsters, like prawns, like squids, even octopus.
Remember long ago my trip to Oluwa Market in Ekpe? So much variety and abundance just waiting for us. I must revisit this place soon. So that means that you have to do a fair bit of traveling too, because I know that when you want fish, it's Ekpe. You can go there, it's coming right off the water,
yes.
And you choose exactly what you want.
Yes. So there are a few markets, like you rightly mentioned, but yes, Ekpe is a great fish market to go to. And I suppose that's why we don't offer a nearer or closer delivery window than 12 to 6. Right. That way, we have the opportunity to go the distance, leave early in the morning, go the distance, get the produce, get it fresh, put it on ice, and then, deliver after cleaning and everything. And then you get it with the integrity of the produce intact.
So I can imagine that you might be interested in actually preparing food and cooking. Do you like cooking?
Oh, I love to cook.
Uh-huh.
I really do love to cook. I don't necessarily like cooking at a commercial scale,
right.
But yeah, pre-COVID, I loved to entertain. I loved to have family and friends over, do a big cook and a big sit out. But yes, now I do love to cook for, family and still friends a little bit. And yeah, I like to pride myself in saying I have quite advanced palates.
Ah.
Yes.
People always want something here because we have so many people.
We do.
And we have so many palates to satisfy.
We do.
And so many emerging foodies as well.
That's correct.
You've got kids, right?
Yes, I do.
Are they interested in cooking at all?
Oh, well, not so much as in eating. But yes. But I guess it's because of their ages. They're still a little young.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, my daughter is quite interested in cooking.
How old is she?
She's 10 now.
Oh, she's old enough.
She's old enough.
You're
so yes.
To be like, honey, what's for dinner?
No, not yet. Maybe 2 more years, and then yes, I will retire from the kitchen. Yes.
Do you feel that you're somebody who has reinvented themselves?
Over and over and over again. So at the risk of getting too technical or sounding too technical, there's something called disruptive theory. And anyone who is in any kind of service industry must actually create those situations if they don't happen as naturally as the pandemic did. And I think what that does for a business is that it's a stress test. It tests your business and your ability to transition from one point of, a flow to being able to reinvent and reorganize yourself when something like that happens to you or, with the business. So for instance, like you said, rightly, I am in banking, but then pandemic happened. And this was a good opportunity. Time for me to harness all those petty traders I had in the business, bring them together, focus them, help them grow their business through this kind of thing, a delivery service, as well as that. But then you see, we're still feeding into the business and we're still making an income in spite of that.
So Araja, your service takes the difficulty out of sourcing and prepping food as well.
Yes.
So is this a service that's only for kind of the super rich?
Oh no. It is actually an affordable service. Okay, so I think the beauty of Anraja actually is the fact that it is an affordable service. because we go to the source and get the produce that we actually supply to customers, we get it at cost and we present it at cost. It's for the people. It's for the masses.
And is that your phone ringing there? Sorry.
It is. I didn't want to answer it though.
Go ahead.
Are you sure?
You never know. It might be a good delivery.
Sonia, what are you up to?
Nothing, Humi.
Hello.
That's my undercover order coming in.
I just got an order.
Look, let me confess.
I knew you were up to something.
All right. I can't keep a secret. My kids know that. That call actually was from me.
Oh, really?
I got somebody to call.
Okay.
Because I wanted to place an order.
All right.
So, even though they're going to DM you,
yes.
I would love some prawns.
Fantastic.
Haha.
Okay.
And after I watch you source them and prep them, I will make something incredible for us to eat.
Okay, great.
Yay.
All right then. So when are we gonna go?
We can go as soon as you finish talking.
Okay, great. Fine.
I'm rather curious to see where my order is being bought, and the thought of being able to hurdle beyond the undesirables to cooking bliss is growing on me a bit.
So yes, here we are. So this is one of the, it's very organized. It's one of the good seafood markets in Lagos.
I love it.
Most of it is frozen though.
Right.
And so if you want fresh, this is not where we would come. But for the purpose of this today, and because you ordered,
I did.
so we're here.
Fantastic. Let's look at all this amazing
Just
stuff.
look at that. Look at this amazing stuff.
Incredible. So I ordered prawns.
Yes, she ordered prawns.
I'm going to cook it.
Okay, great.
You're going to prepare the
Oh,
prawns.
great.
Hello, madam.
Hello, madam.
Happy New Year.
Great.
Your prawns are beautiful. Thank you. So I ordered smallish ones.
Smallish one. So is this size good, or do you want us to do smaller than this?
I think we could actually go this size. I think I don't need them to go too big.
Right. So this is a good size.
I love that.
Okay, great. Madam, let's see what half a kilo of this looks like. It will be plenty.
It's okay. We're not
Let's see 1
making
kilo.
that much.
Yeah?
You want 1 kilo? After cleaning, it's small.
It will be small.
Well, of course
Okay.
she's gonna say that.
Yes, of course. Don't worry, I'm used to this.
Okay.
This is a kilo?
Right.
Right. Okay.
They're lovely.
All right. They're lovely. Is this a good quantity, or do you want more than this?
More than enough.
This is more than enough?
And this
Is this
smells
fresh?
so fresh.
Right.
Beautiful.
Great.
I'm very happy.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Okay,
Look at
brilliant.
that.
And look at the color of that. So that's
Very
good.
happy.
Brilliant.
Very happy.
Okay.
I'm Mama Tosi, selling prawns.
Yes. I think we should take it.
We should
into
just
it.
take it like that and do it, okay? So thank you, Madam
And
Tosin.
let's see what Aranja does.
Yes.
I think we're good
No,
for
not today, yes.
But I'll be coming back since now I am your
Customer.
From very tasty and promising looking lobster to exclamations of joy when you realize one will be your jara to take home today. You come here to buy lovely ingredients to take home and be creative with and completely enjoy the experience.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, bye-bye. Okay. I'm coming back for all these things. Yeah, so let's go. I know. Woo. Woo. I was afraid I was going to fall.
Here are some prawn facts. A prawn is a crustacean. C-R-U-S-T-A-C-E-A-N. They typically have 10 legs, and we can eat some of them. What's the difference between prawns and their smaller brethren, shrimp? Shrimp live in salty water, and prawns in fresh or somewhat brackish water. But prawns are larger and slightly sweeter, and my choice today. There are so many ways to serve it up that you're never going to lack for recipes.
Let's see what's going on back in the kitchen now with Obiageli preparing these prawns for me the Anraja way. Aren't I lucky today? Are you ready for a treat?
Well, well, well. I have just breezed in because my prawns have been beautifully prepared by Anraja.
Thank you.
And this is what you're talking about when we say convenience.
That's exactly right, yes.
Because nobody likes to clean prawns.
No.
Let's prepare the other vegetables. So basically, I've got some spring onions here, some ginger, some garlic, avocado tatashi. All we want to do with the spring onions is just to use this bit at the bottom. Okay, they've all been washed, so just giving them a nice chop, and that's all. With that, nice and small, because they're garnishing as well as going into the little stir fry.
Right.
In fact, we can give them an extra little chop.
Wow.
Easy does it, easy does it, easy does it. That's all that takes. So nothing too chunky, you know.
Nice.
So everything cooks sort of uniformly. Is that a word? I think that's enough. I don't want to overpower it. Let's get on to our ginger.
Right.
Spicy, spicy.
That was an absolute pleasure to watch you chopping those things.
Oh, really?
Really nice of yes. So, but I'm a little worried. All
Okay.
the spices that you're using, all this, the condiments, aren't you afraid it's going to overpower the taste of the prawns? You know, they're very delicate.
That's a valid question. Yes, prawns are delicate,
Right.
but they are also beautiful vehicles for flavor.
Right.
So what I'm thinking is we're tempering this
Right.
with some cool avocado. So we're going to have that spiciness on the bread, but
Right.
we're also going to have that cool avocado to
Right.
just contrast that.
For balance.
For balance, dear, for
Yes.
balance. And then
Yes.
remember, this is a sandwich, so we're also having some bread as well.
Right,
So I'm just going to literally slice a little bit of this
Right.
fiery warmth and just give it a little julienne.
Wow.
Okay, really nice and thin. So
Pretty.
it's there, but it's not there.
There, yes.
All we have to add now
Yes.
is a bit of the garlic.
Right.
So just have some of that.
Okay.
Give it a bang. Come on.
Wow.
Just to get it out. Because sometimes I just don't feel like spending 10 hours taking off the skin of a
yes.
garlic. So there we go. I think we can just scoot some of this stuff onto a plate and get it out of our way. So garlic, what am I doing? Just again, nice thin bit of a cut there. And again, just always good to have a sharp knife, guys. Always good to have a sharp knife. So basically, that is it, right?
Right.
For other heats, I'm putting in just a red chili pepper, a dry rudo that's been ground up.
Right.
I've also got some cumin,
Oh, right.
and what else? Some black pepper and pink
Sea salt.
Himalayan
Himalayan
salt.
salt,
We
yes.
love that.
Love
we
it.
love that.
Love it.
And you,
Healthy and-
young lady, are about to do some work.
Okay.
Okay, so shall we get over there? You ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Okay. Right, here we are.
Yes.
And I am just going to put a little bit of vegetable oil. That's about a tablespoon and a half.
Okay.
And zhuzh it around like so. We need this to be hot. Wok cooking, of course, needs to be hot. But actually not too terribly hot because prawns take a minute
Yes.
to cook. So would you like to
Sure.
put those in?
Okay. So we don't have to wait for it to sizzle or anything.
I think we're hot. Go.
Well,
There we go. And if you could pass me one of the
spatulas.
fighting irons, I will just give it the initial twizzle. Smells
Fantastic. It's
nice.
coming through.
Yes.
It smells amazing in here.
Right. Look at that. Okay. Time for prawns.
Right.
How do we do this? Just
How do you want me to do
let's
this?
double do them.
Okay, that's
Here we go.
fine.
In they go. Bye bye. Lovely. And from the moment, maybe you need to use both of those and give them. There you go.
Okay. Okay. So it just
You
needs to
can
toss
do
them
that.
about, yeah.
Yeah. And while
Okay,
you do
cool.
that, I will start putting in some of the aromatics. Here is red
Peppers.
pepper. Red pepper, red pepper, red pepper. Okay. Here is black pepper. Oh, I love that noise.
Yes, I know. Crank it.
Come on.
Crank it.
Crank it, crank it, crank it, crank it. You can never have too much.
Too much
So
of that, yeah.
go for it. This,
Right.
They're starting to change color a little
Yes,
bit.
it's already beginning to change color.
And then some
And that nice,
Himalayan
bright red.
salt. Just a little of that.
nice
And
red color.
some beautiful cumin.
Oh my God, it smells fantastic in here.
Scotto. All right, now come on, give it some.
I am going to do
Give
that.
it some. In fact, I love what you're doing.
Yes.
You're kind of turning
Turning
them
it.
too.
Yes, I'm flipping.
Go on, girl. Go on, girl.
Right.
Fantastic.
Yes,
Smells
it's
dreamy.
dreamy. Like I can't wait to eat this.
And although we want them to be cooked, we don't want them raw. So
yes.
we're going to let them cook through.
Okay.
Well
Sort
done.
of flip the last of them. And then we'll let them sit.
And let them sit for a second.
Yes, cool.
Beautiful.
That's it. Done.
Do your thing.
Great.
To add some freshness drama, fresh basil leaves are available, as well as this lovely thyme. Looks like we have a herb grower springing up in our midst. How groovy.
Ooh, that smells great. I can smell the basil.
And
the
let's
thyme.
get it off the fire
Beautiful.
and walk away.
Okay.
It was lovely coming in and just doing the pretty things. I like this idea of everything prepped, don't you? Look at this beautiful result. As Obiageli slathers, I slash and cut the prawns for the bread. A little bit of black pepper,
Right.
I think, over the top, just to give it a final anointment. You're gonna need 2 hands on this one.
That's a taste of heaven.
Really? I think that language of says it all, doesn't it?
It does.
And I think it means 100%. So it's time for us to say goodbye from Food Journey. We have had a great time. I'm speaking for you.
Swell time.
You've had a swell time?
Swell time.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much.
You're
for
so
having me.
welcome. Thank you for being on the show.
you so
And I'm going to be ordering some more prawns.
Oh,
These were
please do.
absolutely exquisite. I
Thank
love
you.
them.
Thank you.
And from us at Food Journey, it's goodbye. And we'll see you next time. Bye.